Happy Monday. Welcome back to another vlog. Not sure how long I'm gonna keep this going, but we'll play it by ear. It's already been a great Monday. Trevor and I had a good talk last night and we're like, we need to have better habits about waking up in the morning, going to the gym, coming back, because his schedule more than mine, I'm just taking my gap year, doing my little fielding lessons, being a stay-at-home wife. I got a lot of the time, He, on the other hand, is not. So I was like, yes, let's wake up super early, go work out, come back, and let's make that our routine. Especially when I'm in chiropractor school. School starts at 8:30, and I want to work out first thing in the morning, so I don't have to, wait till the end of the day. So that is what we were doing. We woke up around 6:30. We meant to wake up at 5:30. That was a little ambitious for us because we have not perfected our nighttime routine. So 6:30 it was, left the house at 7 and, worked out, came home, made breakfast. And now I am just kind of getting ready and doing my hair for the week. So actually this will probably last me around 3 days because I want to swim on Wednesday. I'm in my swimming era, which I don't think any girl has ever said she's in her swimming era. Unless you actually swim, then respect, because I feel like I'm drowning. Today is so chill. I just had to edit a video and I want to look at Furnish Finder to see what all the other houses in the area have and what we need to get ready, pots, pans, what do we need to do, because we're projecting the timeline and we want to be done with the house very soon. A big thing I wanted to talk about, which I've been meaning to share on here, is gap year chats, updates, why I chose chiropractor school over the other career paths. So that's just what we're going to get into. But if you're in your gap year, it does not have to be a gap year, but if you're going into any medical thing or just whatever, if you're in your gap year, it could be from high school to college, even a gap year from college. Please let me know. I would love to connect because I feel everyone does so many different things, traveling, taking time off and working, getting research, this, that, and the other. So I would love to connect and see, especially if you're going to chiropractor school and what school. So I decided to take a gap year. I really wanted to go right into school after graduating in December. Trevor was like, dude, you're crazy. You need a break. And I was like, no. I want to go. And the Lord, we actually discussed it when we did our premarital counseling. And the pastor was like, I think you guys should just slow down. And we didn't realize how stressed we were with that decision to go early. And so we made the decision to not, and it took off a lot of stress, especially on Trevor, because he's going to be the one providing for us. I mean, he does, but I'm not going to be able to work because it is literally a full-time job. So that was a huge relief for getting the house done, relief for tuition, all the things. And we prayed about it a ton, and immediately the Lord just delivered us from all that anxiety and stress. And we were for what? Why are we doing that? But it just made sense to start later in the fall. And I'm so happy the school that I'm going to has an October 1st start date. So it was just everything worked out. Trevor graduates in May, and he also has his home inspection business. God has just blessed us, by waiting. Obviously, I knew I was taking a gap year when I graduated, and I was like, shoot, what am I gonna do? I've never not been to school. What am I gonna do? So I was like, well, maybe I'll get a chiropractor tech job. Maybe I'll just get a retail job. Maybe this, maybe that. And I applied to everywhere. Everywhere in their mother, nothing. I'm I just graduated. Surely. And now come to find out, I feel that was the Lord just closing those doors and saying, no, you do not need to be doing that. So then in December, I was like, I'll just do filming lessons. Like, I've always wanted to continue to do that. And I was always like, I don't know the logistics. I don't know anything. Like, what am I gonna do? So I followed on Facebook. If you're actually looking into doing this, on Facebook, your area should have like Facebook group chats for fast pitch softball. And I kind of followed like 5 that were in Knoxville and like the East Tennessee area. And I followed them and I made a graphic about myself and, you know, my experience. Immediately, right away, an owner from a facility was like, hey, like, I don't know if you have a place to, you know, do lessons inside. It's freezing right now, but I would love to talk and see, you know, add you to our coaching staff kind of thing. And you can just do your lessons out of here. I was like, oh my gosh, like, okay, open door right away. Like, God, this is you. And so I just pursued it, went with it, and have been doing lessons for about a month now. And I have like a handful of girls that I do, and I'm actually just really loving it. And even being able to pour into them, like, such a ministry in itself if you really think about it in that way. Yeah, that's just what we're doing. So I do lessons during the week, gonna make my own schedule, which is one thing I'm like so passionate about. And I've just been really listening to so many podcasts about like the business side of chiropractor school. And I don't know, I feel like the Lord has just put this, I mean, I've always had a business mind. Like I got my degree in it. I've always kind of done that and been passionate about business, but I always knew I wanted to start my own practice eventually one day. And so I'm kind of really just using this time to learn the business, the back end side of running a chiropractor office and picking people's brains. And I know it's gonna change, like, of course, you know, whenever I'm graduated school. But I am like, you know what, why not? You know, why not have an idea of what I kind of want to do? I mean, you know, God's gonna direct that path, but at least know what's going on. Because if you didn't know, a lot of times offices fail because they've only studied medicine. And I always question, like, God, why didn't I switch, like, why didn't I know right away to switch my major to like kinesiology or just, you know, a medical degree? And now I know because I got my degree, my full degree name, there's like so many, is marketing with a concentration in entrepreneurship and professional selling. So that's what I studied. And it was such, I had to do a lot more work to get into chiropractor school because I didn't have all the requirements, but it was such a God thing. And it also built my confidence a ton and made me work so hard because I paid for, you know, those pre-req classes that I had to do at the junior college. I was taking my last semester, I took like 22 hours. And a lot of that was science along with, you know, business. So I think God, everything happens for a reason. And like, as I'm researching the business plans and like the value proposition, like all these words, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did that in my class. You know what I mean? So there is a reason behind everything. Like, you might not understand it. And even the school I chose, definitely not a desirable location at all. I could have chosen one in Florida, but we just felt that wasn't right. Like, we prayed about it a ton. Like, we just felt that the Holy Spirit was telling us no, like, not that school. So, you know, when we visit the location that I'm going to school, I'm like, Trevor, I don't know why God is sending us here. I know there's a reason. I don't know why, but like, I really can't wait to find out because this place to me is just not it. But that's okay. Like, we're in our 20s. We're supposed to be grinding. Like, we're working towards a life that we want. Like, I feel like no one really talks about that, especially on social media. And everyone thinks that like everyone else has their life together. Like, they're living in their dream house at 21, living in their dream apartment. I'm like, that's not real life, you guys. That's not real life, okay? I just want to encourage you that if you're in the same position, you're not alone. And you're really not alone, because I feel like a lot of people are not where they want to be. And does that not give you the utmost, like, wanting to work your butt off and grind for just like the life you want to create for yourself? Because it does for me. One thing I'm enjoying so much is YouTube. It's just such a creative outlet too. Like, this keeps me accountable to myself, keeps me consistent. I'm learning editing softwares. I'm learning, like, you know, growth strategy stuff. So if it's YouTube is on your heart, freaking do it. Like, I'm literally filming on my iPhone. Trevor just came home and I made him a quick lunch because he is headed out he had class, and then he has an inspection he has to do. So he had like 3 minutes. So I was like, make him a sandwich, and so he just left. But I'm making some lunch, and I'm literally making what we had for dinner last night. We had leftover like buffalo chicken. Okay, I put the Primal Kitchen buffalo sauce on the chicken like while it was cooking, and it was so good. And then I'm just making some veggies and some sweet potatoes in the air fryer. So that's what we're having for lunch. The sunshine. Okay, this sun is unreal. I am soaking it in. The UV index is probably a 2. Head to Marshall's at Target. I need to get espresso pods for one, but I also want to get a bowl here, like a catch-all. And then I also want to measure out for a mirror. I don't really want to get a mirror, but if there's like a really good one for like a good price, then I want to be prepared. And then maybe I want to get a bigger lamp. Okay, so I kind of want it to be half of this distance wide. I don't want it to like overpower the, wait, how long is this? I forget. I think it's like about 42 inches. So half of 42 is 22 across. So what's 22 across? 22 across. Okay, so 22 by 22-ish. And then I also want to get one above my dresser. So we have 20 by 22. This is such a mess. I need a better system. How long is this? About right here. Gotta bring my tape measure. Back in the car, I only got an espresso pods and sparkling water. I didn't find anything really, which is kind of annoying. But this Marshall's by my house is just not that good. So I think I'll probably, if I'm over by like TJ Maxx or Home Goods or something, I'll go there. I actually did find a mirror I liked at Marshall's, but it was too long, but the width was good. So I'm actually really glad I measured before, because I probably would have bought it and been like, it doesn't work. So I want to just head home. We'll see what I get up to. Yeah. I'm just making some dinner, and then while the meat is cooking, I'm refilling up my supplements, because last week I slacked on taking all my supplements and can kind of feel it. Especially, like, I was actually just thinking about it when I was putting it's called Adrenamin. It's for your adrenals, because like my adrenals were shot because I'm just like go and like drinking coffee and cortisol and all the things. So I haven't taken my supplement, And I'm like, maybe that's why I'm like so exhausted. But maybe I'm thinking too far into it. And it was like just like my period. But oh well. I actually go back to my naturopath next week. And I ran out of my like gut enzyme. So I really want to tell her like I want to go heavy on the gut, and curious to see what else she finds with me. Cheers. Okay, but in the air fryer, they're so good, huh? Mm-hmm. Like how good?
Why are you trying
it? Babe, a lot of sauce.
I'm gonna sue you. You're violating my privacy rights.
HIPAA.
That's for medical, not.
No, whatever. Look at that pig.